Sony seems to be putting all of their eggs in the Spider-Man is going to rule and dominate our 2023 release calendar because we don't have much else. But that's okay, because Spider-Man, if it continues what the first one did, and Miles Morales, it's going to be an absolute Game of the Year contender. So now let's talk about the estimated and rumored release dates according to outlets. So first thing is first, it was confirmed by Sony, Insomniac, and Marvel that the game is releasing in fall of 2023. So any outlet that was out there or is still claiming that they could see it releasing earlier, no. You could see it maybe releasing later because of quality assurance, and I'm pretty sure Insomniac does not want to ship a unfinished product. So just going by that, fall at the earliest, but winter could also be possible. And honestly, I would rather take a winter release to make sure that the game is good and works as intended. It comes with all the features they want in it, instead of something that's rushed out the door, has frame rate struggles, and missing features. Again, that I don't expect from Insomniac, but you never know, because Sony doesn't seem to have much lined up for 2023, and this seems to be their biggest release in the next year, really. So they got to make sure this thing comes out solid and not literally coming in undercooked and hot out the door like Gotham Knights, for example, or even recently Marvel's Midnight Suns as a great example. So just by looking at it, the first day of fall in 2023 is officially September 23rd, meaning they said fall 2023, so it's coming September 23rd or later. Now, realistically, you got to look at the release schedule that we have every year and what's going on and what Sony tends to do. They typically like to stay away from some of the big heavy hitters that are third platform, aka Call of Duty. Do not release an exclusive close to it. Call of Duty typically releasing the last week of October to the first 2 weeks of November means that they're more than likely not releasing it somewhere around there. I would also like to point out that Sony is releasing a little known film you might have heard of called Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse on June 2nd. Given a 90-day Blu-ray release window, which I think they will keep in form, and then of course the streaming rights, if you do the math right there, add 3 months onto June 2nd, places it right around September 2nd. Why I'm saying that is the synergistic release between the two, aka people getting their hands on the film. You could potentially include DLC codes for exclusive, perks, couple skill points, and an exclusive Spider-Man suit if you're to pack it in there right ahead of the release. So what I'm saying is, if they release it about 4 to 5 weeks ahead of the game, it makes a whole lot of sense because you could include an exclusive look or something along those lines. So I'm proposing that they will release this game in the first 2 weeks of October. It's enough time to get away from Call of Duty, and while, yeah, I know what people are going to say, the audience isn't necessarily the same, I will also bring up that people like me and many CBC fans that I play Call of Duty with on a weekly basis, and we're running DMZ and Warzone, we also do play Call of Duty, and this is our most anticipated game, so there is a good amount of crossover. But I also want to bring up one more thing. Kraven the Hunter is releasing on October 6th. Now, if you release Spider-Man right there in the first 2 weeks, you build yourself up the synergistic energy with everything Spider-Man. A new Blu-ray, a new film, and a new game, and also you're going off of the 60-year celebration that's going to dominate a lot of August. You literally have a 3-month window to capitalize on making as much as possible with everything Spider-Man. So I'm going to say it, first 2 weeks of October, unless something goes horribly wrong, is exactly what Sony is going to aim for. And if they need more time, they will delay it as late as the first week of December. No later than that, because they will want to get into the Game of the Year conversation, and that will help them dominate sales again for the first half of 2024.